What's up, guys? Today we are not going to film another video of front-end or back-end development. Uh, I want to start to show you how we can solve some Leetcode problems, because if you really want to get a job in the industry, you need to know some algorithmics. So we are going to start a new series where we are going to learn how to do the majority of popular Leetcode problems so you can get a job in the programming. Yes, you need to know how to do your job. Even if you want to be a front-end developer, a back-end developer, you need to know the basics. This is what I'm trying to show you in the other videos. But unfortunately, I think, or I don't know, that it depends. You need to know a bit of algorithmics too. So let's start with an easy problem for the first video. Leetcode.problem contains duplicate. Give us we are getting an array of nums, and we need to return true if this array is containing a duplicate value. But we need to do the problem in the most efficient way. So let's draw the problem firstly. And yes, as the title said, I'm going to film this video in 4 different languages: C#, Java, JavaScript, C++, and Python. So there are actually 5 languages. So it doesn't matter from where you are, what language you want to learn. you can't just watch the video or skip to the language that you want to see how you can solve the problem. Okay, let's draw the problem. So let's assume that I will just see 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1. How we can solve this problem in the most efficient way? In a non-efficient way, we could just do a double for loop. So a for where we are iterating from 0 to the size, another one where we are going to iterate from a plus 1, so j to the size, and we can do something like compare this value with the other ones and see if we have a duplicate, then compare this value with the other ones and see if we have a duplicate. But that's not that efficient. So what we can do, we can use a map. And what the map can do, this is not going to be a video where I'm explaining what data structure can do, but I'm going to explain a bit if you don't really know about them. So a map is just like a data structure that can store key value pairs. So I will just show you how the map can help us to this time. So this is going to be the idea. I'm iterating through the first element, 1. 1 is not existing in the map. So we are going to say map of 1 is going to be true, because we just formed the one element for the first time. Then we are going to iterate to the next number, 2. Can we find the 2 here? No, we can't. So we are going to add it into our map. So map of 2 is going to be true, or whatever key you want. We're just adding the map. We are going to the 3 now. So map of 3 is going to be true. Then we are going to iterate over 1. Map of 1 is going to be true. And that's a way of how we can solve the problem using a map. But I just want to show you that when we are going to this one, as I said, we are searching. Can we find the one here? Yes. It means that the array contains a duplicate. So we are just going to return true. If you would have here, let's say 5 in change of 1, those 5 appears here? No. So map of 5 is going to be true. We iterated through the whole array and we didn't find any duplicate. But in this specific example, 1. Can we find the 1 in the map? Yes, we can find it. It's true. So it was added before. It means that it's a duplicate. Okay. We can use a set too. A set is more like a simple array. So set. We are going to store the 1 in the set. Okay. Let's try to search for the 2 in the set. Can we find the 2? No. So we are going to add it into the set. Let's try to search for the 3 in the set. Can we find the 3? No. We are adding it into the set. Let's search for 1. We are having 1. Yes. Return true because it contains a duplicate. So we need to return true if it contains a duplicate, or false if it doesn't. If you would have here, I don't know, let's say 8. Does 8 appears in the set? No, we are adding it. We searched through the whole array, we couldn't find any duplicate. So depending on the language, I will use map or the set, because in some languages like Java, iterating through a map or creating a map can be a pain in the ass. But I will see. Firstly, I would like to start with code for, let's see. Let's do for the C++ first. So Leetcode.C++. I will make this thing a bit bigger. So we need to include the IO stream, and to use this map, you need just to include map int main and return 0. But we can just go to C++, copy this one, add it here, I will just do the solution. So this is a vector, the nums is going to be a vector, so I'm going to include the vector class. And as I said, we need the map, so the map is going to be an integer and a boolean. Let's call it duplicate. And now we need to search this array, so for int num in nums. So the num is going to represent every element from the nums, and we are going to search if duplicate.find num is not equal to duplicate.end. This means that we are trying to search for the num in the map, and if it's not equal to the duplicate.end, it means that we couldn't find the num in the map, so it didn't appear twice. So we can just add it, because in the future, if we are going to find again this num, let's say that is 2, that time is going to be found because we added it right now. Else return true. If actually, sorry, this should be equal. So let me explain again. If we are trying to find the num in the duplicate, if it's going to equal to the end, so it means that the map couldn't find the element, we're going to add the element because it's the first time that we are getting it. Else, if it's not the first time that we are getting it, we are going to return true. So if we are going to get the same number twice, the next time that we are going to get the same number, the map is going to go to the else and return true. Else return false. If we iterate through the whole array and it never turned true, we can return false, which means that it doesn't have any duplicate. So let me just hit run, add the submit, and from what you can see, it got us 100 points. Now what I would like to do is to do this in C#. So Leetcode.C#, and I need to change it to the C#. So C#, let me copy this one. We are going to use a dictionary. So in the C#, the equivalent of the map is going to be the dictionary. It's going to be int and bool, and let's call it dict. It's going to be equal to a new dictionary of int bool. This is how we are creating a dictionary in C#. We need to allocate it to the heap. So for each, we are iterating int x in nums. So the same, we are iterating over the elements. If dict.contains key of num. So if the dictionary contains the key num, you are going to return true. Else, we are going to add into the dictionary the element. The same as we did in the C++. Dict.add, we called it num, and it's going to be true. So the same, if we are getting this num element for the first time, it means that it doesn't exist in the dictionary, so we're going to the else and we are adding it into the dictionary. So the element is true, it's in the dictionary. Next time, if we are going to find again the num, we are going to return true. Okay, let me copy this one, add it right here. I think that I added something. line 15. Let me just confirm this one and copy only the function. And yes, I forgot, if we would never return true at the end, we can just hit return false. Because if we iterated through the whole array and we never found the element in the dictionary, we can just return true. Okay, and it's done. And from what you can see, it's pretty efficient. The next language is going to be, let's do it in Java now, or in JavaScript. So let's go to the JavaScript code, restart this one, copy it, Leetcode.javascript, paste it. The same, we are going to use a map, so var map is going to be equal to a new map. We want to iterate over the num. So we iterate through the array if map that has the element num is going to be false. It means that is the first time that we iterated through this element. So we want to add it into the map. So it's going to be map.set num to true. Else return true. It means that we are iterating twice, because the map already contains it. So we are going to return true. It's a duplicate. Else return false. Let me copy this one. I did right here. Run. I want to see real fast what I did wrong. So we are having a new map. We are iterating through the nums. If map that has num is going to be false, map.set, else return true, and then return false. That was my bad. We should add off here, not in. Sorry. So this is how we are iterating through the map. Okay, the next language can be, let me think, let's do it in Python now. Or yes, let's do it in Python now. So Leetcode.py. Want to go here and search for the Python tree, but I need to restart this one. So here, what we need to do is to, from typing, import list, because this is a list, not a vector. That's how we got the array. Okay. And we need to create another map, or let's try to do a set, because I showed you how we can do this with a set. As I said, the set is just like a vector, but adds everything just once. So let's call it set array is going to be equal to set. Okay, we need to iterate through the elements. So let me just fix the indentation. For num in nums, if num in set array, if the num exists in the set array, we can return true. Else we can add it. So set array dot add num. If we iterate it to the whole array and we never return true, it means that we are not having a duplicate. And we can add it here. And now let's do it in Java. So Leetcode.java, paste this right here. So we need to have a map. For the map, I want to have an integer, the same, it's going to be integer and a boolean. I'm going to call the map, let's add a different, well, let's just call it map. It's going to be equal to a new map of integer and boolean. Okay. Good. Now, what we have to do is to iterate again over the nums. So for integer num in nums, if map dot contains key, so if the map contains the key num, if this is going to be true, that means that we can return true because it appears twice. Else, map dot put, we can add the element into the map, so num and true. If we iterate it to the whole array and we didn't return true, we can return false. Okay. We can copy the solution and add it to the Leetcode. Let me just see what I forgot. So class solution, public boolean contains duplicate. We have a map of integer boolean with an upper B. Apologize for that, this one. We're going to be a new map, a new hash map of integer and boolean. This should be fine. Okay, and submit. And you can see that the solution is pretty efficient here too. So we did the Leetcode problem in 5 different languages. You can choose which one do you like or enjoy more. See ya to the next video.